Yeah, there's a lot of different colors of chard. There's your classic green, and then there's red and purple. I like the bright lights chard, which is just a mix. It looks really, really pretty in the garden, tastes great. Um, I don't know why we would do anything but. I like to start with a nice big plant, but with chard, you know, you can still do something smaller. Um, it's going to be fine. It's actually going to hold in a cell, so you can plant it out and it will recover. But it's nice having a nice big start for chard, and then it gets growing really, really quickly. And you only need one seed. It should germinate readily. You can do two and then pitch one out. It's going to be fine. Hey, Zoe, you watering?
Yeah, but I don't have a lot of water.
All right, so this is 4-5 weeks after we seeded the pot, and this is a really good time to plant it. You could probably go another 1 week in the pot. As you can see, it's got really nice roots, so it's ready. If you need to wait, you can wait. It can go out, you know, it can still get a light frost, but you'd want to harden it off if you did that. I think it's always better just to wait until after the danger of frost is past, have a nice big start. Then you don't have to worry, and it's going to grow fast, and whatever time you lose, you're going to make up really quickly. All right, so now I'm going to do the chard. And chard, oh my God, just keeps on giving all season long, doesn't ask for a lot. You know, have it a few times a week as a side dish if you love it. It's just great. Marinated in olive oil and garlic, yum, yum. And it's so colorful and beautiful in the garden. I'm gonna go ahead and lay it out first. This is 1x2, which is 1 row, 2 divided the 30-inch bed by 2, so 15 inches in between. You know, for a small family, 3 plants should be enough. So I'm really planting all this extra because I think it looks really pretty. And, I could use some of it at the farm. So I don't think you need to feel like you gotta put in this many. Done. Right? You don't need to fuss with them. I do see people, kind of putting it in, and fussing, and, it's not gonna, the plant's not gonna care so much, right? You want to make sure there's no air around the plant, right? Like it would be bad if big air pockets in there. The plant wouldn't like that because the roots don't want to jump a big air pocket. But other than that, a lot of fiddling isn't gonna, if you like doing it, great. I want you to feel like it's necessary. All right, just get it in there, give it a push. It's all good. But we're starting with, just great starts. And that's key. Right? I mean, look, they're beautiful. And isn't it cool that chard has colored roots? Right? Isn't that beautiful? Right? And the roots will be different color depending on what color chard it is. Right? But that's pretty. But you don't need the roots. That's the only time you should see them. But if you're lucky, I'll show you the orange one. All right, so the chard, the leaves are getting eaten a bit by, it could be slugs, it could be caterpillars, but it's not a problem. They're going to grow out of it as they get big. The bigger problem is down at the end, which is the rabbits have been really chomping on them. So this one's so small that I'm just going to end up putting in a new one. If you have a new one, you can do that. If the growing tip is still there, then it may just grow out of it, and then you'll be okay. As there's more things for the rabbit to eat, it's less noticeable. These can get fertilized once a month if you want. They're not the heaviest feeders, but if you want to keep them looking really nice. These, like beets, are a good indicator of soil problems, because if they start getting leaf spot like beets do, then there may be an imbalance in the soil. If you do get it early in the season, you can take off the bad leaves and then let new growth come, and it may resolve itself. All right, so here is the chard that we planted many weeks ago. It's providing lots of food for the family. We're already harvesting it. It's too much for us. And if that's the same thing for you, what you want to do is make sure you take some leaves off the plant and open it up a bit. Okay? Very easy. Right? And it's going to be really happy that you do it. Okay, that's going to provide great compost. It's going to rot down really easily, right? Because it's just the green. Then the plant is going to have a lot less disease, a lot less problems, and you're going to get beautiful regrowth. Right? And doesn't that look a lot better? Right? We're getting nice airflow through there. Looks great. Right? If you haven't fertilized in a while, good time to give it a fertilizer. And this should last all season for you. So the chard is just growing like crazy, and it always does. It's going to last from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, all the way up until the frost. And you can freeze it. You want to chop it first and then put it in some Ziploc bags, throw it in the freezer, and it's going to be fine. You'll have it all winter long, and it's going to be delicious. You don't have to cook it first. You just freeze it raw. Make sure it's washed like any other vegetable. You don't want to wash a frozen vegetable. And it just produces and produces and produces. So maybe by the end of the season, you may be a little sick of it. But if you just go ahead and freeze it, in the middle of winter, you're going to be in love with it again, because it's there and there's not much around. So it's a good thing to do.